Welcome, all NISD middle schools. We are so excited to try something new this year, and we are going to have all of our digital citizenship advisory lessons brought to you via live stream webinar. So you guys are on here right now getting ready to learn digital identity and reputation. Hopefully you're all signed in. Teachers should be on the Pear Deck. And students, you can just sit back and engage, make sure that you're participating with your teacher. Today, some of our main focuses will be to follow copyright laws and protect your intellectual property, and to be ethical online users and digital citizens. So let's figure out what this is all about. All of our lessons for digital citizenship do follow SEL components, and today our main component will be about self-awareness. And today our main focuses will be to reflect on how you present yourself online, which can sometimes be a little different than we present ourselves in real life. So we're going to have a chat about that. Identify strengths and areas that you can improve on, and then to make a pledge to be fair, respectful, and responsible. So with all of that, our essential question will be, how does the way you present yourself online impact both yourself and others? So let's get started. We are going to watch a very quick video, and in this video, I want you to start thinking about, how do you present yourself online? At the end of the video, you will be sharing that with your teacher, who will then share it with all of Northwest ISD. So let's check it out.
I think there's a lot of promoting like self-love and positivity, but sometimes that can turn into more of just boasting or showing off.
You go on social media and everyone's posed and thin and pretty, and it's something that definitely gets to you. You're behind your screen, it's not you, so I don't want to post anything that's like too goofy or, you know, sort of vulnerable to who I am.
So when you're online, you have this perfect, unrealistic image of yourself. I think that a lot of the pressure of being a teenager, regardless of who you are, is putting an image out there of yourself that societally is more accepted and more well received.
I think there is a lot of pressure to present a version of yourself that's close to perfect. I would say most of that pressure comes from myself and me wanting to look a certain way and present myself a certain way.
I do like being on social media because I like to express myself in different ways that people don't see me like in person.
You're able to pick and choose what people see. But if you are constantly displaying yourself as always happy, it can create a lot of anxiety and depression, just a lot of stress coming from, okay, how am I going to display myself online, and how am I going to display my online self in the real world?
There are definitely photos where I've put filters on it or edited in some way where I look skinnier or prettier or have less freckles or whatever it is. You have all these opportunities to tell people about who you are, and people tend to edit that because they want to be liked. I tend to edit that because I want to be liked.
Okay, so hopefully that hit home. I know I've already noticed a couple things in there that definitely is something that I could work on as well. So how do you guys present yourself online? Let's talk as a class right now with your teacher, and then your teacher will type in your responses, and then we'll just see how you're feeling after watching that video. Because this isn't. Okay, you guys, we're just going to share a couple of the responses that we saw. Most of them are actually kind of feeling a little more comfortable with presenting themselves online, sometimes than they even do in real life. We have one here that is, I usually try to be nice and funny towards people online, not start arguing with others, and being mindful of people's boundaries, etc. So thank you so much for sharing. Something we are noticing is that there are tons of students on the Pear Deck right now. Students should not even have Chromebooks in front of them and should not be on the Pear Deck. The Pear Deck should be ran by the teacher. I know this is brand new to us this year, so just for future reference, it should only be teachers on the Pear Deck. But thank you so much for your participation. We're going to take that one step forward and go to our gut check, our actions, and our impact. So you're just going to, teachers, drag that little thumbs up if the majority of your class is feeling like they're doing pretty good in this situation, or you can drag that stop sign if it feels like the majority of your students could probably improve on this aspect for today. So we feel good about the websites we visit and or the social media that we use. We feel good about the way we are portraying ourselves online. And my actions, the things we say online, are the same things we would say in person. And then my impact, we are staying true to ourselves and who we are and our values as people. So if you'll just take a quick moment to get that done, that would be awesome. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for your participation. We're seeing awesome results over here. So mostly we're seeing that some classes are saying that they could improve a little bit on the social media that they are using or the websites they're visiting. And they could also improve on the way they are online is the same thing that they would say in person. So these are all things that's kind of natural to kind of say, well, maybe I can be this person online, but we don't want to be catfishing ourselves out there. So just protect yourself. Some great things, as we saw, the majority of NISD classes are feeling good about the way they are portraying themselves online. And they're staying true to who they are and their values. And we have so many people online right now that Pear Deck is not very happy with us. So we are going to please beg of you, if you are a student on the Pear Deck right now, if you could please go ahead and log off of that Pear Deck, that could probably help our presentation go a little bit smoother. And if you guys will just give me 1 minute for this to just refresh, and we will be right back with you. While we're doing this, teachers, go ahead and talk about your students portraying themselves online and if they've ever had an instance where they maybe could have worked on that a little better. Alrighty, you guys, we are back up. This is not going to be on your Pear Deck, which is fine, teachers, because you should be presenting the webinar to your students. And we're going to be able to move right along because that was luckily our last Pear Deck slide for today. So we just want to talk to you about some things that are kind of expectations from NISD. It is important to be aware of your online presence, both in and outside of school. Northwest ISD has guidelines for all students, and we have that in what's called the Responsible Use Policy. So we are going to all make a pledge together online. Now, we had a little bit of break in time there, so you might not get this done in time, but I'm going to go ahead and let you start getting logged in, students. So if you will head, you can actually get out your Chromebook or your phone only if your teacher allows it, and head to tinyurl.com/6-8 And if you just type it exactly like that, it should come up very quickly. And then I'm going to go ahead and read you pieces of this responsible use policy so that you know what you are signing up for in this pledge. But by having a one-to-one device in Northwest ISD, you should all agree to this pledge. So according to the responsible use policy, you are going to use your Chromebook or device that you bring from home in a way that is educational and appropriate. So I know you're already all doing that, so you're off to a great start. Use appropriate language and content in the online post as you represent yourself as a Northwest ISD student and just yourself, right? So wherever and whenever you are communicating online, respect yourself and others online. This means that you do not want to use your technology to bully, harass, or tease other people. Plus, that is just so important this day and age, you guys. Cyberbullying is a big offense, and we don't want to be a part of it. Contact your teacher right away if your device is misplaced, stolen, or broken, or if you come across inappropriate content. Be mindful of your digital footprint. That's who you are, where you're going, what you're doing online is always traceable. So we need to be careful with that and make it positive and have a good online reputation. Use email for instructional purposes only. Keep your passwords and personal information secure and private, and we'll go over that in one of our digital citizenship lessons. Follow all expectations and guidelines of Northwest ISD's responsible use policy and school rules while using your Chromebook for school. And this is a lot of what's in the responsible use policy, so that's good. Think before you click or post. And don't ever post angry, guys. That's a good one too. Make a pledge to be fair, right, and ethical when you are using your device at home or at school. So basically, guys, we just want you to understand that the things that you are using when you are using your school computer or network, they are not private. Your teacher, district staff may be able to review your work and activities of any kind. So we can go back and we can see even when you've logged in, logged out. So that's good. And then this means that you can all understand and agree on the above expectations. So thank you for being with us today, guys, for digital citizenship. And just make sure you get that pledge signed. And we will be back with you next week for an all new lesson here on our live webinar. Have a great day.